This is Eagle Al, and today I will be talking about the Eagles are looking to sign another linebacker. I want Jordan Hicks. Also, Julio Jones has been elevated to play. I believe he'll have a bigger role this game. And lastly, I got to talk about the keys to victory of beating the Commanders today. But let's get straight into it. All right, so let's start with Julio Jones. Julio Jones was elevated from the practice squad today. He was elevated, and I believe he'll have a bigger role. I believe he'll have about 3, 4 catches instead of, I think he had like one. And the only reason why he was out there a little more than I expected the last game is because they sat AJ Brown for a minute because he had a cut on his face or something like that, and he played some minutes. But I believe Julio will have a bigger role. I think we'll see him on the field a little longer than last game. He's probably getting a playbook down. I wouldn't be surprised if he make a play or two because the other team, the Commanders, are sleeping on him. Also, speaking of the Commanders, we got a chance to end them because if they lose to the Eagles, they might blow everything up. They might trade Chase Young, get some picks, or Montez Sweat. So the Commanders are folding right now. They're going to come into this game looking to really win because, again, if they don't, they might just blow everything up. And we need this win because our schedule about to get harder. So we need to stack these wins before we go into the bye. And then you know how it go. Everybody's saying the Chiefs, Bills, 49ers, even though the Chiefs is the only scary team right there, in my opinion. Bills been too up and down for me to be like, oh, I fear the Bills. And the 49ers is too up and down for me to say I fear them as well. But back to Julio Jones. Yes, I believe Julio Jones will play a bigger role. He would do more things this game. All right, so let's get into, I guess, the meat and potatoes, we would say. Eagles with a linebacker. So Diana Rossini, this one surprised me that she said the Eagles are still in the market, which we all knew. We thinking, oh, slot corner, no duh. Well, what else would we be looking for? We're not looking for edge rushers. We're not looking for D tackles. Why would we be looking for linebackers if the linebackers are playing at a high level and we just got a safety? But she said we've been poking around for a linebacker. I'm like, Eagles? Really? I can't deny her report. How we been calling around like crazy for a safety. We end up getting Kevin Byard. And the only guy that came to mind right now, I know a lot of people like the guy in Denver. He's really, really good, especially I believe like a year ago, he was really, really good. His PFF grade is a little off the guy from the Broncos because the Broncos defense been terrible. Only shining light there right now is Patrick Surtain, but that linebacker from Denver is really good. But the only guy that stood out, and he could be a rental, is Jordan Hicks. Jordan Hicks to me stood out the most. I know he in his 30s, but he's playing at a high level in Minnesota. He haven't been hurt since 2018. He has a PFF grade of 81.5. And look, he's having a hell of a year. He's having a hell of a year. Bring him home, let him retire Eagle. And the crazy thing is, I always liked Jordan Hicks when he was with the Philadelphia Eagles. I always liked Jordan Hicks. And remember, around that 2018, 2017, 2016, even though we won the Super Bowl in 2017, the biggest question we had is like, yo, why our players are always hurt? Remember, we had that question like everybody gets hurt on this team. And then years to come, you got former players suing the Eagles medical staff and guys like Jordan Hicks, when they leave us, they stay healthy the whole time. We had a poor medical staff, but I would love Jordan Hicks to come back home, finish up his career with the Philadelphia Eagles, sign him to like a, trade for him, get a rental, and work with the linebackers like a Nakobe Dean and all those guys for the future. But again, it surprised me because Nicholas Merle, he's been playing at a high level. Zach Cunningham's been playing at a high level, and Nakobe Dean's been playing at a high level. So I'm really shocked the Eagles are still looking for a linebacker. There's something they probably seen on film or whatever, and they probably believe we can be better, especially with the D line. I guess they feel like the linebackers can be better. But again, I am shocked that we are looking for a linebacker because that's one of the groups we came into the season worried about. Even after week one, we was worried about. But since then, I haven't been worried about the linebacker room at all. I like N'Kobe Dean, how he been pursuing to the ball. Nicholas Merle, tackling machine. Zach Cunningham, the way he stops the run. You're not really breaking any Zach Cunningham tackles. Like they all three of them has been contributing very, very well to the linebacker room. So again, I am shocked, but if you want to bring somebody in, I like Jordan Hicks. I really, really do. Today is Sunday, so we got to talk about the Commanders. It is a 1 o'clock game. So this, y'all might see this video like 7 o'clock if you guys up, hype for the game. So I guess the keys to victory of beating the Commanders is defensive line. The defensive line got to get to Sam Howell. Precious Sam Howell. He's been sacked like 40 times. And I'm not even over exaggerating. I believe he got sacked about 40 times, and we in week 8. Go get Sam Howell. Put some pressure on him. Force bad throws. Now you got a ball hawk and Kevin Byard back there, and you got Reed Blankenship back there. So put that pressure on him. Put it on him. Even on Sean Desai, send a linebacker or two at time to time. Send a corner blitz from time to time. I'm telling you, Sam Howell, he will throw it up, and you can't get picks. Hell, he even takes sacks. He will hold the ball. That's what I will say about him. He will give his guys chances for big plays. But this is the NFL, man. And you have one of the worst O lines. So we gotta go get Sam Howell. Offensive side of the ball. Even though I believe we could still win if we turn the ball over, but let's try to have a mistake-free game. Let's try to have a mistake-free game. We don't need Jalen Hurts fumbling or throwing picks. We don't need rare fumbles by running backs or rare drops by our wide receivers. I want to see some clean football, especially on the offensive side of the ball. Let's play some clean football. Let's show who we are. Let's have our best game now. We still haven't had a complete game. Let the offense dominate. Let the defense dominate. Special teams been very, very good. The only time the special teams really had a bad game is our first loss. But other than that, the special teams have been very, very well. Jake Elliott, we don't need no rare misses like how it was against the Jets. We don't need no bad punts by Brandon Mann or anything like that. Covey, continue to do what you do. Well, I just want to see a clean game. You know, I want to see a well-called game from the coordinators. I want to see the red zone look good. Sean Desai, it's nothing I could really criticize him on right now. He's been on fire. So continue to do what you do. But I will be watching like the Brian Johnsons, see what he's doing. Brian Johnson and Nick Sirianni, see what they're doing. Jalen Hurts, I believe in him so much. Again, even if he turned the ball over, we would still have an opportunity to win. But at the end of the day, I do want to see some clean football. I want to see what we do in the red zone. Please don't QB draw me to death in the red zone. Bad enough, our quarterback got a bad knee that we know about now. Why are you QB drawing when you have a guy like DeAndre Swift in the backfield? If we're going to run the ball, you got Julio Jones, who I believe will play a bigger role. Give it to him. You know, like it's okay to throw the ball in the red zone. Trust me, when you got AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, and Julio Jones, it's okay to throw the ball in the red zone. I promise it's okay. What do you think and how do you feel about everything today? Howie Roseman trying to get another linebacker. Julio Jones being elevated. Do you believe he'll have a bigger role? And also, what's the keys to victory of beating the Commanders? I say just play some clean football. If we play some clean football, we can, you know, hopefully relax this game. But you know the Eagles, they always have us on edge. But this is Eagle Owl. I'm up.